Hi my friends, I'm Koren from Bristol CBD and the Koren Care Centre, and today I'm going to show you a really super quick turmeric paste that you can use to make golden milk, and of course we're going to be adding some of our amazing Bristol CBD oil in there. So what you need is a saucepan, and in the saucepan I've already made some here because it takes about 5 minutes to heat it up, so I've done that bit already for you. What's gone into this saucepan is main ingredient turmeric. Okay, now we love using turmeric with CBD oil because it has a lot of similar properties. Turmeric has been really well researched, and if you were to look online you would find literally thousands of research studies. Turmeric has been found to, the main thing people know it for is helping with inflammation, but it's also really great for the liver. It helps immunity, it inhibits cancer cells, what else does it do? It's anti-fungal. Have a little look on Google and you'll find all sorts of amazing properties of turmeric. So we're going to make this amazing turmeric paste that we can then use to make a drink called golden milk. Okay, so this is our base. So we've got our turmeric powder and we add about 100 grams of turmeric. All of this is going in the pan. So we've got 100 grams of turmeric in there, and then we'll put 75 grams of coconut oil. Okay, pop that in there. 1 cup of water goes in. And then the other spices that we're going to use, we always put black pepper in. Black pepper is added because it has a component called piperine, and piperine really helps the bioavailability of turmeric, which means that your body can get it into the cells much more effectively. So we're going to add 1 teaspoon of ground pepper into this mix, and then the other two that I quite like to add, but they're not as essential as the other ingredients that we've already mentioned, but cinnamon and ginger. Ginger is also part of the same family as turmeric, and it's really great for the digestion. It's good for nausea, for cramps. It's also anti-inflammatory, and it has a few other properties as well. So there's 2 teaspoons of ginger that's gone into that, and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Cinnamon is, it's mainly I use it for the flavour, but it also has, it's a blood sugar balancer. So it's great to add for that reason, just to keep blood sugar levels a bit balanced. And then we pop that all into the pan and we heat it for about 5 minutes and keep stirring it constantly. You may need to add a little bit more water, but what you want is a sort of gooey, sticky paste like that, okay? And then once that's ready, take it off of the heat. You might want to let it just cool down a little bit, but it should be good to go. And then we can add the CBD oil. No, we wouldn't add the CBD oil beforehand because CBD evaporates once it reaches 170 degrees C. So we tend to always add it at the end of cooking. And this is going to go quite a long way, this paste. So generally when we're using it to make a drink, we would add a teaspoon. So we're probably going to get a good 20 to 30 cups of golden milk out of this. So I'm going to be quite generous with my serving of CBD in here, and I'll use a whole pipetful of my favourite Bristol CBD oil for cooking, which is our Gold 5%. Love this one because, as I've said in some of our previous videos, it doesn't have the bitter flavour, so it's very well disguised when you add it to foods. So I'm going to pop a whole pipetful of that in there. And then we're going to give it a really good stir, mix it all in. I'm going to be quite vigorous with that. I'm going to use the wooden spoon because that can get in there a little bit better. You've got this beautiful golden paste. And then once you've made your paste, that can go into a jar and then pop it in the fridge, and it will keep in the fridge for probably at least 2 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, okay? And then that's all ready to go. And then whenever you want to use it to make your golden milk, heat up a cup of milk. So I've already done that. We've got some plant milk there. I'm using oat milk because that's my personal favourite. And I've also added to it some cardamom seeds. So these are cardamom pods. Gives it that little bit of extra chai flavour. And we've cracked the pods. I put about 5 pods in there, cracked them and put the seeds in so that you don't end up with the husk in there. Cardamom pods are really, really great for the digestive system. So yeah, just gives it that extra little bit of kind of nurturing yumminess, okay? And then that's been stewing, that's been just sat there gently heating for about 15 minutes. And I'm gonna add a teaspoon of our turmeric paste to that, okay? And we're just stirring that in. And then that will dissolve into the milk. And then once that's all dissolved, basically you've got your turmeric milk and it is good to go. I love using this as an alternative to a cappuccino or something that's kind of like a real treat, and it tastes delicious. I absolutely love it. What I sometimes do is whiz it up either with a stick blender, or you might have a little milk frother, and so you can get the milk really, really nice and frothy. So it's got all of those yummy ingredients, and it's got the coconut oil, which really helps you to absorb all the goodness from it as well. And that looks really well dissolved to me. So once that's dissolved and ready to go, give it a little froth if you want to, and then pour it into your cup. And then I like to top it off with a little bit of cinnamon. Tiny little bit. And then if it's for a child or you have a slightly sweeter tooth, then a spoonful of honey or a spoonful of maple syrup just to finish it off. Amazing. Enjoy.